Joe, who built a reptile park near Renmark in South Australia to house his huge collection, handled snakes with an affectionate familiarity. Crocodiles are now his major interest among reptiles. He still collects and keeps snakes, like the colourful children's python.
Just over there, to see that shine?
But not all snakes are treated as casually.
The king brown, I think.
Certainly not the deadly king brown. The king brown lashes out, catapults the entire length of his body at Robbie's unprotected legs.
Robbie. I just push it, Robert. Get it. Got him. He's quite deadly, this fella. He could cause some trouble. But there, where is the bag? Get the blue bag.
Safely held, the venomous king brown, one of the Gulf's most dangerous inhabitants, will join the Bredel household. Although reptiles are often difficult to feed, the Edward River farm has had few problems with the captured crocodiles' appetites. The youngest are fed on a luxurious diet of chopped fresh prawns and fish netted from the Gulf. These larger saltwater crocs feed voraciously on bite-sized chunks of freshly killed wild pig. It's a strangely appropriate diet, for the wild pigs in their turn destroy and eat the crocodile's eggs. This introduced menace is a destroyer of native wildlife and wildlife habitats throughout the Gulf. The nest of the saltwater crocodile is a favoured part of the wild pig's wide-ranging appetite. The feral pigs forage with careful thoroughness along waterways. Little that's to be found there escapes their attention. At Edward River, the predation is part of a cycle. Ned and Stingery, traditionally armed, hunt the wild pigs on the swampy expanse beside the river. Stingery Barney, around 60 years old, sprints through mud and water, and his spear, hurled perhaps 40 yards, smashes home. The hunter's evening meal is a traditional dish, a stingray, speared in the shallows of the Gulf. The body of the fish is cooked in a fire of embers and ashes on the beach. The method of preparing the meal traditionally belongs to the small area along the coast of the Gulf near to Edward River. The cooked flesh of the fish is scraped from the bones and moulded into balls. The flesh is washed and squeezed until it's almost dry. The stingray's liver will be mixed with the meat, and the moulded balls of fish will be baked again in the ashes of the fire. It's a nourishing meal before the night's work. Crocodiles are more approachable under cover of darkness. Tonight, the crocs will be captured.
Huh? Right there. Flick your light so I know where it is. There, is it? Big one. Oh, that's snail. Put the snail ahead of him. Push him. Push the thing back, the boat back.
No, but he's around the reeds, are they?
Get his tail. Keep prick him around the... Yeah. Watch his snout.
Oh, that's it, he's gone.
Oh.
The tangled mass of mangroves helped the crocodile escape the noose. From now on, Robbie Bredel will catch them more securely with his bare hands. But the small crocodiles are only temporary captives.
The one you let go the other day.
Oh, yeah. Got the full belly anyway.
The protesting crocodile is tagged. A toe is clipped and a section removed from the sawtooth ridge along the tail. The combination will enable each crocodile to be identified when the time comes to harvest the rivers.
23.
We noticed that even in the pens of the farm, the penetrating distress cries of the small crocodiles brought the big crocs rushing from their pools towards the sound. In the wild, the effect is the same. The net, unsuccessful in the earlier daytime expedition, is set nearby. There's more than just a crocodile thrashing below the surface.
On the shark too.
A shark, and locked to the seagoing predator's tail with a grip nearly impossible to break, is a saltwater crocodile. The nets brought the two predators together in an encounter clearly won by the crocodile. The tail of the shark has been ripped and slashed by the fierce grip of the crocodile's needle-sharp teeth. The strength of the crocodile's jaws are in its biting action. The muscles used to open his mouth are relatively weak, and it's easy to hold them closed. Joe manages to wrench the jaws far enough apart to release the beaten shark. On this occasion, the loser goes free. The victor, potential breeding stock, is taken captive for the farm. For 80 days, the female saltwater crocodile waits near the nest until she hears this sound. The croaking noise comes from the nest. The eggs are ready to hatch. Inside the shells, the baby crocodiles are demanding assistance. The sound draws the female crocodile out of the water. A single baby crocodile, deep inside the nest, began the calls. The croaking is soon taken up by the others. Stimulated by the vibration of the mother's movements on the surface of the nest, the cries increase in intensity. Instinct demands that the mother begin the work of removing the covering layer from above the eggs to allow the urgently calling young to emerge. But learned timidity, her protective reaction to the threatening scent of man, holds her back. Under cover of darkness, her instinctive drive to open the mound of mud and grass may overcome her fear. In the morning light, the nest is open. The shells are brittle, lined with a rubbery membrane. In a rush of struggling activity, the hatchlings emerge. This nest is hatching right on time. When a nest is allowed to remain sealed past the time when the young are ready to emerge, the hatchlings burst from the egg as soon as the covering layer is removed. For some of these baby crocodiles, it's a struggle to drag free of the shell. Free of the egg, their first movements are confident and sometimes even aggressive. Now past the time of greatest predation, safely through the period of helplessness inside the egg, the young crocodiles face a new range of predators. In the wild, their numbers will be considerably reduced during that difficult first year. While the crocodile hatchlings may be equipped to hunt their food, they're too small to defend themselves against many predators. The black-headed swamp python eases his 7-foot length from the shallows. A year or two from now, the young crocodile could easily contend with this predatory reptile. But now he is small, his jaws too weak a weapon against the hungry snake. The threatening gape is no deterrent to the python. The black-headed python, unlike most of his kind, feeds mainly on other reptiles, including venomous snakes. As the young crocodile moves slowly past, heading towards the covering grass, the python draws back his head for the strike. It's no fight. The crocodile, once taken, doesn't even struggle. He's barely a meal for the python. Hardly needing to stretch his jaws, the water snake inches his body forward and slowly begins to engulf the crocodile. The python is only one of the predators who may kill and eat the crocodile in his near helpless first year. Large birds like the brolga pick young crocodiles from the banks and shallows. Predatory fish, which may later become part of the larger crocodile's diet, are able to take the young. The lizards which attack the nests may continue their predation through the crocodile's first year of life. 50 eggs may be laid in a nest. In nature, only a few will survive to become full-grown crocodiles. safe from all predators except for man. The Applied Ecology Unit aims to restore the crocodile population by ensuring a much higher than normal survival rate with the eggs that are stolen from nests in the Gulf. The young crocodile is almost gone. It's a slow meal, but by no means a large one for the python. Hand feeding 1,000 crocodiles demands a constant supply of pigs. The handle of Stingery's spear has been snapped by the twisting of the pig. The hunter makes his own weapons from the natural materials of the bush. New spear handles are gathered from a hidden area of eerie, dense forest where the suitably straight and strong wood grows. The swamp where the spear handles grow is known to all the hunters of Edward River. The handles will be hardened over a fire before the spearhead is fastened on. The saltwater crocodile lives by his hunting skills. He does not pursue his prey. Instead, he waits until his quarry comes to him. The giant eases into the pool, his bulk barely disturbing the surface. The pig is intent on his search for food as he forages on the forest floor. The pool is perfectly still. A slight movement. The crocodile takes position. Repeatedly, the crocodile crashes his bulk over. It's the death roll to break his prey's foothold on the bank. It's popularly believed that the crocodile takes his dead prey below, returns to eat when his food is decomposed. But this is not so. He may wedge the carcass in an underwater snag so that he can more easily break up the meal, but the crocodile consumes his prey soon after the kill. The brief flurry of activity is over. Stillness returns to the pool. This is the last of the archosaurs, the reptiles that once ruled the earth. Now the saltwater crocodile depends on the help of man for his survival in any numbers. To argue that he should be destroyed because he is dangerous to man is to argue for the destruction of the polar bear and the panther, the lion and the tiger. At Edward River in the Gulf of Carpentaria, the crocodile may grow in numbers until harvesting can provide both luxurious skins and assured survival for the species.
akagata dakungawana dodre bakanawana pamanglaga pagondorayana gere parwe paje yamako kana ngate akagata dakungawana ni